Hi guys, Nessie here. So I've finished my envelope tab journal. I did do a tutorial on how to make this, and I will link that. Oh, sorry, I've got something on my. Just move something from under my desk. I will link those tutorials in the description below. I showed you how to make it and a few tutorials on decorating some of the pages, but obviously not all of the pages. So I finished mine. I'm actually quite happy with it, really pleased with it. I'm going to do a flip through and do my best to keep it in camera. My camera's kind of playing up today, it's at a funny angle, so I'll do my best with it. And yeah, as it turned out, this happens to be, I think, the biggest journal I think I've ever done. Not so much in size, but in how much is in there. There are just so many pockets and so many cards. It took so much longer to make than I thought. It's absolutely rammed. But I'm really pleased with it and I'm really happy with it, and I think I will definitely make more. So anyway, this one is in a wildflower theme. As you know, I used two kits from My Porch Prints. I think one of them is called Botanical Wildflowers and the other one is In the Wildflowers or something like that. But anyway, I'll link them in the description below as well. So all I've done is tied a bit of tea-dyed satin ribbon around it to hold it closed, because it has actually turned out to be quite a chunky one. It's not attached and it's wrapped, sorry I just knocked the camera, it's wrapped quite a lot around there. So yeah, like I say, it turned out to be quite chunky, really. There's quite a lot in there. So I absolutely love the spine. I love how the spine kind of sprays out as you fill it up and you get this lovely pattern on it. So this journal is measuring roughly 9 3/4 inches, 25 centimeters by about a 7 1/4 inch or 18.5 centimeters, and the spine at the moment is it's 1 3/4 inch, about 4.5 centimeters. And I have to say, even though it's quite full and quite chunky and the spine is kind of splayed out, because originally it was like that, now it's like that, there is no sign of it splitting or breaking or tearing or anything like that. It's holding up really well. So yeah, right, hopefully that is in camera. So on the front cover, all I did was matted it with some card, then I've collaged some like what do you call that, dictionary paper, music paper. There's an image from one of the kits, some ribboning, there's a dolly, there's some skeletal flowers, leaves on there, if you can see those. Is that in camera? I can't see. Yeah, okay. And some fabric, and it just says wildflowers because it is a wildflower theme. Now this is made up of multiple envelopes, so there's no pages. I can't tell you pages. Even though it is made up of multiple envelopes, there is loads of journaling space in here because literally every single envelope has a pocket on it and a pocket in it, a card in it. So all right, let's get started. So first page. Oh, my little notebook's coming out. There you go. So on the first page there is my first envelope, which has a large pocket here, and in there is a large journal card. This is got a page from the kit in it, and it's been backed. A lot of them have been stitched on, not all of them are stitched on, a lot of them are stitched on, but they've all been backed. So that's the first one. And then in there we have got some layered envelopes. So first of all, we have a big layered envelope which opens up like this, and in there is a large tag from the kit. And then this envelope opens this way, and there is a large, not a large, there's a journal card in there. And then there is a smaller envelope here. Now with envelopes like this, I find it a bit fiddly getting cards in and out of them. I have fat fingers. So I tend to use like little tabs of tea-dyed paper wrapped around cards to make it easier to get them in and out. And there's the little card in that one. And it's just literally a strip of tea-dyed paper that I just fold around the card so that I can just then take it in and out without having to worry. Just folds over. And then to close it, this tucks behind this envelope, and then this will tuck not only behind this envelope, but it goes under that envelope. And that's been decorated with a little label, fabric and a button. On this side we have a large policy envelope, and under there I've just slipped a little notepad with some note paper in. It's got a label, and I put a little pressed flower on there that has been covered with Mod Podge to protect it. And there's also an envelope from the kit, but I haven't put anything in these envelopes, I've just left them empty. This has been decorated, so the bottom part here kind of acts like a pocket for you to pocket, tuck spot, whatever you want to call it. So the envelope tucks in there, and the little notebook will tuck in there as well. And that's been decorated again with a little label, some fabric and a button. And then this opens up like a policy envelope, and in there is another large journal card that again has been stitched and backed with some ledger paper. The cards do all fit in the envelopes really well. It's just sometimes a bit difficult to get them in and out when you're on camera because of the angle. And then that just closes like so. On the next page we have a pocket at the bottom here. This again is an image from the kit. The little label says Wild. That has a little card in. And then this flips down to reveal a journal spot, and the bottom flip is an envelope, and in there is a little postcard from the kit, and that just slips into that envelope. And on this side we have a pocket here with a little card in. This has got a cluster on it again with some tea bag and some, these are pressed flowers, and again I've covered them with Mod Podge to protect them because they really were quite delicate, those flowers. And then that flips out and we have a journal spot on this side, and in this pocket there is another postcard, and that slips in there. And here we have a pocket as well with another journal card in, and that goes into the top. And then this is an envelope from the kit that I cut the sides off so that it will open up, like the tabs there to hold it shut as an envelope. I cut them off so that you can open up and use it as a journal spot. like a little hidden journal spot, and then you just bow that up, which I don't necessarily need to do on camera, but you get the gist. And then that flips over to reveal a journal spot. Then here we have another envelope, and here I sealed the bottom to make it into a pocket, and in there are 3 little tags. And also this part here is a pocket, which I totally forgot about, and I haven't put anything in there, but I will do. I'll cut up some little journal cards and slip them in that front pocket as well. And the envelope opens at the top to reveal for another pocket, and there's another journal card that goes in there. And then that will flip over, and that has another side pocket on it. This one I've done with skeletal leaves, and has a definition of leaf on there. And again, there is a card in this pocket. This journal literally is just loads of pockets. I don't think I've ever done anything with so many pockets. And here's a journal spot, which has got some tea bagging and a fussy cut on it. Here we have a pocket that was made out of a coffee cup sleeve that I distressed with a tea bag, put some labels on, and there's a couple of charms on there. It says dreams, and in there is a large collage tag that's been collaged with tissue paper, some stitching, and a fussy cut image from the kit. And on the back there's some paper. And under there we have 2 envelopes. Top envelope has a journal card in it, and go in. Bottom envelope also has a card in it. There you go. And then that large tag goes in that little pocket, and it just holds those 2 envelopes closed. And then on the next side, this is a glassine envelope, and I just ran it through the printer and printed an image from the kit on there, which I quite like that. It opens up, and in there is another journal card. And then down here there are a couple of smaller envelopes. Again, I've used some tea dyed paper as a tab on that one. That has a little card in it. And this one I didn't use a tab. See, I find them a bit fiddly sometimes when the when it comes up high. Sometimes I can't get my fingers in there. There's another tag in there, journal card should I say. And here we've got a little pocket. Again, it's got a little pressed flower on there and a definition of flower. And inside is a, I just nearly undid that bow when I pulled it. There's a little tag. That slips in there. And on this side we have a window envelope, and I've just decorated that with some tissue, some loose threads and some fussy cuts. This does not come off, it's glued down. It's like a fake notepad thing with a paper clip on, but it is glued down, it does not come off. Do not try to take it off. And that is opens. In there is a large card again that's being backed, and then on the other side. Okay, so I did a video on how I made this, and I wanted it as a flip, and I decided to do my flip this way instead of this way. Kind of regret doing that now, because when I turn the page, it turns opened, and I wanted it to turn closed, and it doesn't. So all I've done is I just took a paper clip, I just put a bit of tea-dyed fabric on the end, and then I kind of slipped it inside the pocket to just hold that closed, so that when I turn the page it stays closed. Okay, let's catch it. Right, so this is just like a window booklet type thing, I suppose you would call it. This is a see-through on both sides. I don't know if you can see that. It's got real pressed flowers in there. Love this, it's so beautiful. And then that opens out. There is a pocket underneath with a tag, not a tag, a card. And then this side also opens as a pocket, and there's a large card in there. So yeah, the paper clip, I just catch this bit and I just slip it kind of inside the pocket like that to hold it shut. So like that, and then and that holds it closed. I think if I did it again, I would do the flip the other way, but it is what it is. On this side, there's a journal spot. There is a tiny little envelope here as a decoration. I haven't put anything in it, but you could if you wanted to. This is a layered pocket from the kit, and in there I just made it up and added a label. There are 3 little cards, and they've all been backed as well. So there's a bigger one in the back pocket, and then 2 little ones for the front pockets. And also this, sorry, I'm flipping backwards and forwards because I'm trying to remember where the pockets are. So this envelope has a side pocket here. So there, that has a card in. Then when we flip this one, what I did was I got a glassine bag, and I've decoupaged it with a napkin. So that's been decoupaged with a napkin, and that's a pocket as well. That goes in there. And on the other side of this, I did the pocket upside down and turned the bottom flap into a tuck spot. So there's this card, and then these are from the kits. They're like little file folder things that I've just added to some of the pockets, and that's a tuck spot. That does not come down, it's glued down, so don't. And then in the top there is the envelope pocket with a journal card in. And then on this side, this is where most of my bulk comes from in mine, because I've layered here with flips. So first of all, we have this, which has got 3 little envelopes on, and these all have journal cards in, again with the paper. So there's 1, just makes life so much easier getting them in and out. 2, and 3. Now this is where I might have problems keeping it all in camera. So this then flips out like this, and here we have a pocket belly band type thing. So this is a large pocket, and there is a tag in there, and then there is also a tag in here, and then this opens out. This opens out and there is a hidden journal spot in here. There you go, hidden journal spot. And then to close it up, you just basically thread the string through the eyelets. I did it quite long so it can go through twice. I don't suppose you have to have it going through twice, it's just the way I did it. Where's that gone now? No. Oh, I'm making a pig's ear of this, aren't I? Right, so that bit goes up. It's just because I'm on camera. These things work perfectly when I'm not on camera, but the minute I put a camera on, I mean, you can do this however you want. There you go, got there in the end. And then I just bowed it. Just quickly bow it. And then that journal card kind of slips through there like that. And then on this side there is a window envelope, which again I've just decorated with a fussy cut image, a little daisy label with some buttons and a bit of fabric. And in there is a long thin card. And then this envelope pocket flips out again. And on this side there is a journal spot with a fussy cut image of dandelions. So therefore I found in my dictionary the definition of dandelion and dandelion clock, so I've added that as well. On this side I had some printable acetate, printable acetate, which I have to say is rubbish. It's supposed to be printable, but every time I printed on it, it just smudged. So it just didn't really work the way I wanted it to. However, I still think it looked quite good, even though it was a bit smudged. I think it added to it. And there's a pocket in there. So yeah, it's acetate, but I put some tissue paper on the back of it so that the image kind of shows up. I didn't think it looked bad smudged. I think it added to the character, so I went with it and I used it. And in there is another card with a fussy cut image on, and that just slips in. I don't know why it was stuck a minute ago, but it's not stuck. It was obviously catching on something. Anyway, there's a pocket in there. So, and then obviously, oh, let me move it over. In here, this long big envelope, there are two large cards, and that side there is this one. And on this side there is a big one here. Like I say, even though there's no pages in here, there is so much journal spacing on all of these cards. And you know, sometimes I get a bit bored with just doing normal standard journals, so sometimes it's nice to do something a bit different. So that's that side. And then when I flip that over, on here I've just taken a page from the kit and made a large pocket out of it, but pretty much left the page as it was because it's such a nice page. And there's a large card in there, and then I cut out some page from the kit again and cut some little squares on the side, make it look like a page torn from a notebook. And in there's a little card. So now on this side I have two envelopes, but these envelopes are sealed. They don't open, they're sealed down. I've sealed it down with some skeletal leaves, which again have been Mod Podge to kind of protect them, and then there's a rose seal, and these make up 2 belly bands. So you've got a small belly band on this side with a long thin carding, and then this side also is a belly band, and that has a longer carding. These are fussy cut images that I've just collaged onto some backing paper, and those are 2 belly bands. And then this will flip over, and here we've got this envelope, which is, sorry, my blanket's just fallen. This is from an envelope from one of the kits, and that's a flip out. So that flips out like this. And underneath there's just a journal spot with, again, with a fussy cut image. And in here there is a card. And then this opens up as well into a pocket, and in there there is a card as well. And then on this side again we have a envelope from the kit that I've just loved the image. So that's a flip up. That flips up like this, and in there, I'm hoping that's in camera, is a card. And underneath there are 2 pocket envelopes from the kit. And again, I should have put some tea-dyed paper strips on these, but I didn't. There's a card in that one. So you don't need the strips, it's just for my personally, I find it easier. You don't have to use them, obviously. That goes down like that. And then on this bottom envelope, I have taken a long brown envelope, I folded it in half and made that into a flip out. So there you can see the envelope. And then I made a pocket out of a baguette bag. I have a whole load of these. They're not used, they're unused baguette bags. And I just cut it down to make a little window pocket. And then I decorated it with a fabric cluster with some charms on and some lace and a bit of stitching. And then in there is a tag. That's got avocado paper. Some of them are backed with avocado paper. I don't use avocado paper very often because it's pink, but there's a lot of pink in this. And then that flips open, and here we've got 2 pockets. One here that's got a card in, and this side has got 2 little tags in, like so. Sorry, my son has been very rude walking in and out. Distracting. I try not to do videos when they're home from school because of this very reason. This flips over, and this envelope I've just decorated with a fussy cut image, and in there is a card. I do love the pages in this kit. It is so nice. I'm thinking I might do my next journal using this kit. And this one flips over, and here there is a pocket that I've just decorated with a label. There is a collage guest check, and there's another one of these little file things that come in the kit. This envelope tucks into the pocket to keep it closed, and in there is a large tag with a fussy cut image. And this library page does have the definition of wildflower on there, but I kind of stitched over it a bit, but you can just about make it out. And then to close it, I just tuck that into the pocket, and then just add these. And then on this side we have again a layered envelope look. This is a sealed envelope, it does not open. I have sealed it with some pressed flowers. They are real pressed flowers, but again I have Mod Podged them for protection, and there is another wax seal on there with the rose on. And then this is a pocket, so in there is a long thin card with the fussy cut image on it, and that goes into there. And then this opens, the whole thing opens. This envelope is glued down, so it won't come off. That opens, and there's a large envelope with a large pocket card in it. Oh, I feel like this one's going on forever. I had so much fun making this. And then that turns over, and on this side we just have a side pocket. That does not want to stay up there, does it? Let's move that. Might stay better now. So here we have a side pocket which I've decorated with some fabric, tissue paper, again another fussy cut image, and a label that says nature. And in there I have put an envelope from one of the kits and a large journal card. And on this side we have a long thin envelope that I've just decorated, collaged it with fussy cut image and stitching and everything like that. And in there is also a long card. And that just slips into the top there. And when we flip that over, I have here done a window tag. So what I did was I used some pressed flowers in some acetate and made it into a tag, and then I decided to use the tag as a pocket. So it's like a window tag you can see through with the dried flowers. I then added a bit of chain on with some charms. There's a rose and a butterfly on there, and that's got a tag in as well with a fussy cut on it. I actually made the tag to see if the flowers would move when they're in the acetate without being glued down. It does go in, but at the angle I'm in. And it worked, and I thought, well, I don't want to waste it, so I made it into a tag and into a pocket. And that goes there. So on this side, this envelope I've just decorated with a fussy cut of bluebell. I put the dictionary definition of bluebell on there as well with a little button that opens up, and there's a card in there. And then I just tuck that in. And on this one, again, I sealed the envelope and used the flap as a pocket. I've got definition of garden on this one with a little paper flower and a couple of tags. And this is a side pocket as well, so that opens, and there's another little card in there as well. So that flips over, and here we have a image. No, it's not an image, it's a pocket from the kit, a kit pocket, which I've just added a little random label on with some hand stitching. And in there is a small envelope from the kit. It's not what I actually do is I sometimes print the pages two to a page so that we can get small little things like this, because I like small things like this. And it also means I can use things for clusters. And that's got 2 tags in. Quite a few of the tags I haven't punched holes in and put thread, because I don't know, I think if you'd put a hole in there, or even on these ones, you're going to kind of lose the image. And I think they work just as well without that. So, and then on the other side of this one is another envelope from the kit that I cut the edges off of again, so that it opens up into a little journal slot with some avocado dyed paper, and then it just ties shut, which I'm not going to do now. So on this side, this is a big envelope. I sewed the envelope into 3 parts to make 3 separate pockets. So I stitched down there and down there to make 3 separate pockets, and these have just got blank cards in, tags in. So there's 3 blank tag cards in, tags, there's 3 blank tags in these pockets. Gosh, that was a mouthful. And then I made 2 envelopes out of avocado dyed paper. Just added some page tabs on them like that, on the openings, and inside there is this one. And hold on, finding this fiddly, getting towards the end now. There is this one. I was going to add a fussy cut to this, but then I thought, you know, it's just, there's so much going on, it would make it a bit busy, so I've left it so that you can write on those if you want to. And then this opens out, and here you have a window pocket that I have just decorated with a fussy cut image and a label. Hopefully that's in. And in there is a large card. And on the other side is just a large journal spot with a fussy cut image. Then that opens out. And on this side I have done a long thin policy envelope. These are ready-made envelopes. I put a fussy cut image of daisies on there, and then from the dictionary I tore out the definition of daisy and daisy chain. Who doesn't love daisy chains when we were kids? And in there again is a large pocket, not large pocket, large card, and that just slips in like so. And then that just, when it wants to, which isn't today, why is that not doing it? There you go. There you go. And on the other side I have done some layered pockets. So this is a file folder pocket, nice big pocket with a label there, so you can add what you want. And in there I have a large card, and there is this file. These were from a kit from Nick the Booksmith, and you just cut them out and make them up. So I've added one of those as well in that large pocket there. I could actually, I might put a fussy cut image on there just to make it look pretty. I do have some left. And then that slips into that pocket. And then on the top there are 2 envelopes. We have this envelope here, which I have put a card in. And that also works as a side pocket, so there's a tag in there. It goes in there. And then there is a bottom pocket which opens up, and there is a tag in there. And that also works as a top pocket, where, see, look, there's just a little stamp sticker. There is a card in there, and then there's another one of these little file things from the kit. And then I just decorated that with a little card from the kit and a little blank label, so you can fill in your own labels. And then this envelope page works as a big pocket from the top, and in there is a large backed card, and that slips into the top. And that's the last one. On the back, I've just added a backing page from the kit, just to make it a bit more sturdier, really. That's all. And yeah, that's that journal. I absolutely love this journal. It's absolutely rammed, like I say, with journal cards and pockets. I will be listing this one in my shop, so I'll put the link in the description below, as well as the links to all of the kits I've used and the tutorial showing you how I made this. I don't call them tutorials, I call them craft alongs, because the things I do have usually been done before. But anyway, I'll put all of that in the description. And yeah, I would love your feedback on this, because I absolutely I love this one. It's so different to anything I've done before, and like I say, it's quite packed and it's quite rammed. And I just, not that you need to hold it closed, it stays closed pretty well by itself. I just like closures. So yeah, I just took some tea-dyed rimpled ribbon, and I just wrap it round and bow it off. So yeah, I would love to hear your comments on this. Any feedback you have is always welcome. I will try and answer them. Please do like, subscribe, share, all the usual things we ask you to do on YouTube. And yeah, I will see you next time. So thanks for watching. Bye.